Tom Petty was born on October 20th, 1950 in Gainesville, Florida. He was a brilliant singer, songwriter, musician, and an actor. He was a national treasure. He got to meet Elvis in 1961, and that started his dreams of being a rock star. He has also said that seeing the Beatles on The Ed Sullivan Show is what inspired him to be in a band. Don Felder, the former guitarist in the Eagles, taught Tom how to play guitar. My favorite song from Tom is Crawling Back to You. I'm curious, what's your favorite song? He started out in a band called Mudcrutch and eventually moved on with the Heartbreakers. They released their self-titled debut album in 1976. He also had some brilliant solo albums. Oh yeah, he was also in the Traveling Wilburys. Let's not forget, he was the voice of Lucky on King of the Hill. He sold more than 80 million albums, won 3 Grammys, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2002. Someone burned his California home down in 1987. He was planning on doing a tour of the Wildflowers album before he passed away. He has a channel on Sirius XM which I listen to every day. I got to see him in concert in 2014. Were you ever able to see him? He was married twice and had 3 kids, including a stepson. He died in 2017 from an accidental drug overdose. He had a few health problems, including emphysema, knee issues, and a fractured hip. His family said Tom's pain was unbearable. He was 66 years old. Shifty Shellshock was born on August 23, 1974 in Los Angeles, California. His birth name was Seth Binzer. He is known for being a rapper, singer, songwriter, and an actor. You probably know him from his band called Crazy Town, which Seth helped form. They had a monster hit in the year 2000 with the song called Butterfly. Check out the songs Revolving Door and Drowning if you only know the big song. Sadly, he was just as known for getting in trouble with the law for substance issues over the years. He appeared in the TV shows Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew and Sober House. He called his life a fireball of chaos. There's a crazy video of Seth beating bandmate Bobby Reeves to a bloody pulp after a disastrous show in 2023. In 2012, he was given 3 years probation for battery and drug possession. He was arrested in 2022 and 2023 for DUI. He dated actress Soleil Moon Frye in 2022. He was married twice and had 3 children. He died in June of 2024. Toxicology reports are pending, but there was drug paraphernalia found next to him. He was 49 years old. Wayne Static was born on November 4th, 1965 in Muskegon, Michigan. His birth name was Wayne Richard Wells. I was actually blown away by the fact that I didn't know Wayne used to be in a band with Billy Corgan. They were called Deep Blue Dream, out of Chicago. I got to see Static X live twice. When I saw them in Vegas, someone threw a bottle of water at his face in the middle of the song Blank in a Bag. He stopped the song and wanted the guy to come on stage to fight him. The guy pussed out. After moving to California, Static X was formed in 1994. They released their debut album, Wisconsin Death Trip, in 1999. I was a fan. He was known for his unique hairstyle. In 2008, he married a porn star named Tara Ray. She ended up committing suicide 2 years after Wayne died. Unfortunately, Wayne died in 2014 due to a toxic mixture of drugs and alcohol. He was 48 years old. Shock G was born on August 25, 1963 in New York City. His birth name was Gregory Edward Jacobs. He was a rapper, a producer, an actor, and a musician. He was creative and charismatic. He was a co-founder of the 90s group called the Digital Underground. Tupac Shakur started out as a roadie and a dancer for them. He eventually appeared on the song and in the video for Same Song. Their biggest hit was called The Humpty Dance, released in 1990. You remember, he once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. The song was nominated for a Grammy. He went by an alter ego known as Humpty Hump, and he wore big glasses and a giant fake nose. He also had aliases named Rackadelic and Piano Man. He produced a song for Prince called Love Sign in 1998. He was a good drummer in high school and spent a lot of time moving up and down the East Coast. He worked as a radio DJ for a short time in his teens. After high school, he attended Hillsborough Community College in Florida and studied music theory. He taught himself to play the piano. He stayed busy working with different artists before relocating to Oakland. Once there, he worked at a music store and formed the Digital Underground. He appeared in many movies and TV shows, mostly performing music, and occasionally he had a small part. He was arrested a couple of times for drug-related offenses. He produced some songs for Tupac and a few other artists. He was married once and had no children. He played his last live show in 2017. He died in 2021 from a toxic mix of fentanyl, methamphetamine, and alcohol. He was 57 years old. Sid Vicious was born on May 10, 1957 in England. His birth name was John Simon Ritchie. He packed a lot of chaos and destruction into his short life. He is known for being the controversial bass player in the Sex Pistols. He was given the name Sid Vicious by John Lydon after his hamster named Sid bit him. The Sex Pistols formed in 1975 without Sid. He replaced original bass player Glenn Matlock in 1977. He didn't play on any studio recordings. Sid would often cut himself and insult the crowds. He met a groupie named Nancy Spungen, and the chaos in his life got worse. They both had psychological problems and were heroin addicts. On October 11, 1978, they hosted a party and Sid was comatose after taking too many pills. Nancy was found dead the next morning after being stabbed, Sid admitting to killing her but retracted his statement. Before he could go to trial, he overdosed on heroin and Quaaludes. He died on February 2, 1979 at age 21. Steve Clark was born on April 23, 1960 in Sheffield, England. He was a guitar player and a songwriter in the band called Def Leppard starting in 1978. He was a big reason for their success. He wrote most of the riffs on the first 5 albums. If I had to pick a favorite album during his era, I'd say Pyromania. What's your favorite? His nickname was Steamin'. He was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019. He received his first guitar at age 11 and studied classical guitar for a year. He could read and write music. He had a cover band called Electric Chicken. In 1982, Phil Collen joined Def Leppard and Steve and Phil became close friends. Their nickname was the Terror Twins. They were able to trade off playing rhythm and lead guitar parts effortlessly. The band definitely changed once Steve was gone. They didn't rock as hard. I miss when their drummer Rick Allen had 2 arms and Steve was in the band. Steve once said, "I consider it a gift every time I get up on stage and play. I think that's when I'm at my happiest." In 1989, he entered rehab for his alcohol problem, but he didn't complete it. Later, he was given 6 months off from the band to sort his life out. Unfortunately, he spiraled downward. Shortly before he passed away, he was found unconscious in a bar in Minneapolis. His blood alcohol content was 0.59. 0.08 is all it takes to be considered legally drunk. He once again entered rehab. He fell and cracked some ribs and he was given prescription painkillers. The great band called Tesla wrote a song in tribute to Steve called Song in Emotion. He never married and had no children. At one point, he was engaged to a model. He died in 1991 from respiratory failure. He had a lethal mixture of alcohol, prescription drugs, and morphine. He was 30 years old. Taylor Hawkins was born in 1972 in Fort Worth, Texas. He is known for being the ferocious drummer of the Foo Fighters. He also played with Sass Jordan and was the touring drummer for Alanis Morissette during her Jagged Little Pill tour. He did not play on the album. So Taylor was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021 as a member of the Foo Fighters. He'll always have a special place with me because Foo Fighters were the first band I ever saw in concert. He was the drummer. He and Dave Grohl soon became best friends. He started playing on albums, starting with There's Nothing Left to Lose in 1999. He replaced original drummer William Goldsmith, who quit the band. Everyone loved Taylor Hawkins. Everyone. His wife is named Allison and they have 3 kids. In 2001, Taylor overdosed and almost died from heroin. On March 25, 2022, Taylor died in Colombia at the age of 50. He had 10 substances in his blood.